Hey, this is Nick. I am in the very crowded Hasbro booth. We're going to be taking a look at some first-time showings of characters that have been previously revealed. Taking a look at some first reveals, first-time displays of some upcoming characters. Of course, we get our Din Djarin Morak here on the left. Then we get our new Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian. We have the HK-87 droid from the episode with Ahsoka. And we already have the currently released Migs Mayfield. Down here we got the, I believe this is the Tusken Raider Chief, next to one of the newer sets here of Luke Skywalker in Grogu. You can see him with his little jumping action here. And then next to a Pike Trooper, kind of skipped over him there. This one was also newly revealed, so this is our first look at a Pike Trooper. You can see in the Luke set, you got a bunch of little crate, including Yoda's lightsaber, and I guess some animal in there for Grogu to eat. And then we got our newly revealed from Mandalorian Mania, our Chrysanthemum over here. This is the Book of Boba Fett version and not the comic version. You can see him here with his long rifle, and you can make out his knuckle dusters there on his hands. So that is the first look at Chrysanthemum. And, of course, Chrysanthemum again in the Boba Fett Retro Collection Wave from the Book of Boba Fett with the Tusken Raider, Cad Bane. We have Boba Fett himself there. And I think another Mandalorian version with the Darksaber. And then Luke Skywalker and Grogu here and a backpack. I think these are all separate characters, all focused here. And then showing off some of the new or upcoming and currently released vintage collection figures all along the front here. And then down at the bottom of the case we have the currently released retro collection prototypes. In our other Black Series case we have currently released characters from Black Series, including the much loved credit collection. I believe this is Wave 3 with that deluxe Dark Trooper on the end. We have our Mandalorian Wave 2 Retro Collection. These have been out for a little while now. And then down here we have the Obi-Wan Retro Collection that's also been out for a little while. And then we have the upcoming prototype Mandalorian. Here he is featured in his 6 variant colors along the front. These should be out soon. I've seen some indication that they're out now at Target if you're lucky, but should be on shelves in summer 2023. You cannot pre-order these. If you're in the UK, you can pre-order these. They have a pre-order code at Hasbro, but only if you're a UK resident. Here's a look at the Bounty Collection, the ever-growing Bounty Collection. In addition to all the Grogus, we have an R2-D2 over here, and then the I forget his name, but the droid from Fallen Order, along with Leia's droid there in the back. So you have a variety of characters and even a holiday edition Grogu over on the end. So I love the one in the hover pram back there and the odd one where he's playing with the Dark Trooper helmet as well. So they have pretty much something for everyone. And of course the Oreo one from that classic scene too. So Hasbro always has some great scenes set up at their booth, and this is no exception. We have this Navarro Canteen reimagining where they had the cantina, but they have some characters that obviously weren't there at the time, just to spice it up a little bit. And then you do have Moff Gideon with his crew in that great scene with Grogu and the Incinerator Trooper. Coming around, you also have a nice troop transport filling out here where the troops are staging for the attack. And then you have a nice Mandalorian attacking the troops as well, where they have their E-Web turret set up. So kind of a nice setup showing off this Cantina set. And here's a first look at some characters not yet released in the Obi-Wan line. We have I believe this is the Fourth Sister Inquisitor, who's not been shown yet other than a production photo. So this is the first chance to take a look at her, along with Tala Durth in her Imperial Officer uniform. We haven't seen that one yet. Down here we have Darth Malik, who is not yet on shelves. It should be soon, from the Gaming Greats line. And Bastila Shan next to him as well. Another first look at these characters. This should be hitting shelves in the next month or so. And then some of the recent releases from the upcoming video game Jedi Survivor. And then some new characters as well that have also recently released and that are upcoming releases as well over here, including exclusives. But that is really it in terms of Black Series reveals, first-time reveals at the show. Of course, there'll be more tomorrow following the panel tomorrow night. So stay tuned for coverage of that, where we could bring you some promotional shots, and those will be added to the booth here as well. All right, giving you guys a look at this new Young Jedi Adventures series that is out, that we've been seeing announcements for, featuring a variety of characters, including our leader Yoda there, with all the new Young Jedi that come in some single sets and some multi-packs. And we're going to be seeing some vehicles as well. It looks like an Ewok here driving this one. Multiple vehicles. And we have another set here that looks like kind of a play set in the central case. And this is probably the Jedi Academy here with Yoda and his students. So this large play set too, where it looks like it has some classroom type elements on the inside here, with Yoda giving instruction, some bunks for sleeping, and a slide because it's a playset. And then over here we have the, looks like their central ship, the Crimson Firehawk, and that features multiple characters could fit into this thing. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, I apologize. It's got a clear front on it. And then we have some speeder bikes as well for the characters. Looks like all 4 of the central students get their own unique speeder bikes. So probably an element of the show that I'm sure we'll come to find out. And here is the shelf wave for the next wave of the 40th anniversary. Not yet out, but we have that Rebel Commando, which is supposed to have alternate face sculpts, and there we do. We have the old man face sculpt there as well, just like we saw with the the Hoth Rebel Trooper. And then, of course, we have our Stormtrooper, our Emperor, and down here the Target exclusive Gamorrean Guard, which is a repack of that great deluxe Gamorrean Guard that came out. That new Chewbacca with the as the prisoner. A Bib Fortuna. He doesn't seem to have a card back here, but he'll also be offered with some cups. And then we have the show exclusive Darth Vader Revenge of the Sith. To get this guy, you actually have to be here. Not only do they give you a unique code that's unique to you, you have to log on to the Wi-Fi in the building, or maybe at least a IP address from England here, because it won't work otherwise. So much more restrictive than the past exclusives at show convention exclusives. You actually have to be here. And then we have a look at some of the new release vintage collection figures, including Han and that Admiral Piet. The newly released Amazon exclusive 40th Royal Guard and Stormtrooper. And then this very elusive Vakmetiv set for the rest of the 6 from the original 12 here that has yet to be released, and hopefully we'll get some details on that. Here's a look at some more vintage collection vehicles that are out now or will be releasing soon, including the AT-ST and Chewbacca. This great looking Chewie there doing a celebratory growl. And then at the bottom, of course, we have our 3 sets of our bounty hunters, including the Forlarm and Zuckuss that was just released with the incorrect names, so that's great. So now we have our whole bounty hunter set. I always like giving a little color at Celebration, and Hasbro always has these great displays. And being that I just did a Pack the Barge retrospective, we're taking a look at the sail barge here with a bunch of characters, which they have here. Not necessarily in any particular order, but they do have characters accurate to where they were on the skiffs, at least for the most part. So it's great to see that. But then we have our sail barges packed here, a little bit more open and not as full as we had it packed, but they do have the characters from the vintage collection here featured on the sail barge. So kind of great to see all this out in the display with this sand. This looks like kinetic sand to me because it's kind of holding its shape, but great addition to it, and it's always great to see this thing displayed. And then we have our skiff driver, of course, driving the barge in addition to the skiff, so he's pulling double duty today. But here's our nice display and our centerpiece for the Hasbro booth. This is a 40th anniversary Jedi year, so this makes sense. And another great display, we have our bunker with an AT-ST overrun by Ewoks. We have the Endor Rebel bunker on display with that new Admiral Piet figure, even though he wasn't down there, still making an appearance in this case. And you can see the characters all the way around, including your Endor Rebel soldier and speaker bike disguise, multiple Endor Rebel soldiers, and then Han and R2 working the lock at the bunker. And this little set over here with Luke attacking his speeder. So kind of a nice set all around, showing off the vintage collection and the new Return of the Jedi line. So I'll be getting this in due time to the end of the year, but we'll be doing a Pack the Jabba's Palace set as well. This is the new Jabba's Palace set that will be coming out later this year. And you can see it filled with a whole bunch of characters that are currently released. As well as, if you look closely here, you can see an 88 from the Kenner line stuffed into there as well. Interesting choice. Instead of using the Power of the Force 2 line, it looks like they went with an original Kenner figure to just add him in there. So fun little Easter egg. We got some characters from different lines. If you look over here, we get a Saga figure. That's our Hermiodal. So, and then we have an Effort Man over there as well. So we have a whole assortment of characters from different eras here to sort of fill out. They displayed Jabba on there, even though they keep calling this Boba Fett's palace. So Jabba is on his stone dais and looking great there with a whole bunch of pillows. And on the side here, you can even see the band, the Max Rebo band that we pointed out to you guys, coming from a mixture of lines as well, from Power of the Force 2 all the way back, and including that Trooper McCool. So assortment of characters here, and we got, of course, our Rancor. That would be a Black Series Rancor over here, looking great as well. So another big central display. This is a Return of the Jedi anniversary year. So they mixed a bunch of characters in there to show us what this could look like if you were to purchase it and add it to your other Jabba's Palace set. Okay, taking a look at the very reflective Obi-Wan case over here. These are all already released figures or just recently released figures from different lines, including the gaming grades. So you guys should see most of these on shelves already. These are just coming out right now, and these are the Lucasfilm publishing wave of characters. So these are all from the comics, including the more recent Mike character here from the Scar Trooper squad. This is another series. I don't believe this is out yet, but this is from the recently released recently announced Amazon exclusive Carbonized set. So you get this 2-pack here. So no window, it will be in the box. You'd have to open it in order to see the characters, but you can see the more metallic sheen of the Purge Trooper here, and then of Ned B, looking slightly more metallic than he does right now from the mainline release. And then, of course, over here you have all the modal nodals and their fully assembled band here with the variety of characters you can get, including the deluxe version of Nalan Shiel. And then at the bottom we just have some of the roleplay masks, not the premium collection of roleplays, but the standard ones.